Welcome to Module 7.4, Building Trust with Research Participants. In this session, we'll explore the critical importance of trust in the participant-researcher relationship. Trust forms the foundation for ethical and effective research with human participants. We'll examine how trust is established and maintained throughout the research process, from initial recruitment and consent, through data collection, to follow-up and dissemination of findings. Understanding these dynamics helps researchers develop more respectful, transparent, and mutually beneficial relationships with the individuals and communities who make research possible. Building trust begins during recruitment and consent. Honest representation means accurately describing the study's purpose, methods, and time commitments without minimizing challenges or overstating benefits. Researchers must provide clear explanations of risks and benefits, avoiding jargon and technical language that might obscure potential harms or unrealistically inflate potential gains. Transparent consent processes involve treating informed consent as an ongoing conversation rather than a one-time signature on a form. Accessibility of information requires providing materials in appropriate languages, literacy levels, and formats for diverse participants. Finally, respect for autonomy means honoring participants' right to decline or withdraw without pressure or judgment. Together, these practices establish initial trust by demonstrating respect for participants' dignity and decision-making capacity. Trust must be maintained throughout data collection. Consistent adherence to protocol shows reliability and scientific integrity, doing what was promised in the consent process. Respectful interactions involve treating participants as valued collaborators rather than data sources, acknowledging their time and contributions. Cultural sensitivity means recognizing and honoring diverse values, beliefs, and practices that participants bring to the research context. Privacy protection involves safeguarding participants' personal information and creating comfortable environments for data collection, especially for sensitive topics. Accommodating participant needs means being flexible about scheduling, location, or procedures when possible to reduce burden and demonstrate consideration. These practices maintain trust by showing that researchers value participants beyond their data contributions. Trust extends beyond data collection to follow-up and dissemination. Results sharing with participants acknowledges their right to know what their contributions revealed, ideally in formats accessible to non-specialists. Maintaining confidentiality remains crucial when reporting findings, ensuring participants cannot be identified unless explicitly agreed upon. Recognition of contributions involves acknowledging participants' role in the research process, whether individually or collectively as communities. Implementing feedback from participants about the research experience demonstrates that their perspectives are valued and can improve future studies. Finally, long-term relationship maintenance recognizes that research often depends on ongoing community engagement, building lasting connections rather than extractive, one-time interactions. These practices complete the trust cycle by honoring commitments and demonstrating reciprocity in the research relationship.